Hello everyone, welcome to Mind Creature. I'm here to teach you about date and time and functions. Let's start with date and time. To manage date and time in Python projects, ticks are used. So, what are ticks? Ticks are floating point numbers in units of seconds. So, let's make one small program about ticks. Let's import time. Then let's make a variable named ticks. Then uh, then let's print the value of ticks. Okay, so you can see over here there is a big number which has been printed. This is like around like 150 crores. So what is this? These are the seconds which have been passed till January 1st of 1970. So this is the date of starting of that tick thing. It's around 1st January of 1970. The seconds have been started from this date and it's still going on, and now the seconds are like 150 crores. Let's copy this seconds value and paste it over here. Then let's run it again. Now let's copy this number. Okay, now you can see the difference. It's like around 40 seconds of difference over here, this number and this number, because it's just been 40 seconds before I have printed this value. Okay, but now this is just a seconds number, which is not so useful, right? So let's make some modifications. Like let's print out the local time. So let's say time dot local time, put these in the parentheses. Now let's print this. Now you can see a big thing. So many things are there, like the year is there, the month is there, the day is there. If you want some more detailed things, what is going on, like the TM year is the year, then the MON is the month, then this is the day, then this is the hour, this is the minute, and so on. So these are okay, we got some values, but these are also not so useful. Let's make it some more useful, like let's format this thing. So to format this, there is one more method called ask time. So let's use that ask time. Okay, and put these things in the parentheses. Now you can see it's more formatted. It's saying that it's Monday, it's October 16th, and it's telling the time 4:52 and 33 seconds, and it's saying the year also 2017. So this is the perfect exact dates. It's better than the seconds. So let's say we want to print out a calendar. Okay, so to print out a calendar, let's import calendar first, then make an variable called cal, and in that cal variable let's make calendar dot month. Then in that let's print 2017, and let's say 10th month, the October month, and let's print this thing out, print cal. So now you can see this October month calendar is over here. Okay, so you can play with this and modify these things to make useful for your own project. Let's move on to functions. Okay, so what are functions? Function is a block of organized reusable code which does a specific task. So it's better to have an example. So let's start with an example. Okay, so every function is started with this keyboard def. Then we have to write the function name. Let's say hello fun. So what is this hello fun? Hello fun is the name of the method, is function. Okay, then let's print out something. Let's print out hello. Okay, let's run this code. Okay, now you can see there is nothing, there is no hello or thing. Why? Why? Because we just have defined the function, we didn't call the function. So let's call this function so that it can be executed. So to call a function, you just have to write the function name and this parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis, we have to put arguments. But at present, we are using a function which has no arguments in it. So let's run this, and you can see hello over here. So this is the method definition. This is the method declaration, and here we are calling the function. Okay, let's get to some more advanced functions. Let's say we want to print the sum of a number. Okay, result. Then here we are going to take two arguments. Okay, so the previous one was without any arguments. So let's print A plus B. Okay, so the next step after definition is calling, okay, result. Now we have to pass two arguments over here because we have passed over two. Let's say 5 comma 10, and let's run this program. You can see 15 over here, 5 plus 10, 15. So let's say if we want to add something like 12 over here. Okay, let's see what happens. Now you see there's an error. It's saying that it takes only two arguments but given three. See, we have just put two arguments in the definition, but when we are calling it, we are using three arguments, which is not right. So we have to keep in mind the number of arguments also. So this thing works. F10. Okay, 15. Now it's working. Let's talk about default arguments. Okay, let's talk about what is the use of this function. The use of this function is reusability. See, if we want to make use of this addition function, we can just write result. Then again, let's say 25 comma 26. Then again run this thing, and you can see we have not written the function a plus b thing. We are just using this things. Now this function is just one line, so you're not getting what is it. So maybe the function can be of 10 lines, and just we can call this 10 lines by calling this. So this is the reusability. So there is a concept called dry, don't repeat yourself. So we should not repeat things, we should use functions. Okay, so let's talk about default arguments now. What is a default argument? Let's say we are keeping a is equals to 10 over here. Okay, now result, let's say 1 comma 2. So the result will be 3, right? Full F10. Oh, see what happened. Non-default argument follows a default argument. So the first default value should always be like this, and this should be like 10. Now let's try. Now you can see the value is 3 over here. It's placing 1 and taking 1 at A and 2 at B, and it's adding this both up and giving us 3. We know that if we take another value, this is going to be an error because there are only 2 arguments and we are giving 3. That's not right. So yeah, we're getting this argument. What if we are taking only one argument over here? There are 2 arguments over here, but we are passing 1. It should be an error, right? But no, it's 11 over here. Why? Because we are using a default parameter over here. B is equals to 10. If there is no value over here, it will count this 10. So let's say if we did like this, we have not given any default variable to B, then it's gonna show an error. See, so what's the use of this default variable? For example, let's talk about an ID. Let's say there's an ID over here, then there's a name over here, Then we are taking the college name. College name can be same, like we can say IIT. That's a default value of a college name. So let's print ID, then print the rest of stuff like name, then print college name. So in the result, we can take the ID, for example, like 101, then the name as AJ, then comma, and let's take an value of VIT is the college name. So if we print this, you'll get three values: the ID, the name, and the college name. But the college name is default. If we don't take this VIT over here and we are taking only two arguments, then the default value will come on play and we will see IIT over here. Let's run this again and you will see IIT over here. So this is the use of default arguments. So let's now talk about anonymous functions. What is an anonymous function? Anonymous function is function without a name. So this in a function we have lots of lines over here. Anonymous function makes it short. Let's take a small example of an addition. Let's say in functions we use the keyword def to declare a function, but here will not be using def for an anonymous function. We'll be using lambda. So lambda, let's take one argument 1, another argument, then let's say we want to place this both things, this argument 2. Okay, so let's print this result Okay, so you will be expecting the value add 5 plus 5 and 5. So the value should be 10. So you can see over here, the answer is 10. What's the difference between an anonymous function and a normal function? You can see that if we are using a function, we would have just get 10. But here we are getting result and 10. This is a dictionary. So and what else we can see the difference between a normal function and this function is that there is no name for this function. We can use it anywhere, and the keyword here we are using is lambda rather than def. So okay, let's talk about next. Let's talk about scope of variables. Let's talk about global variable and local variable. Okay, so first let's talk about local variable. Let's say a function in the parentheses, then let's say a is equals to 10 over here. Now we are going to print this value and say we are inside a function. So let's say comma and printing out the value a. After definition, we have to always call this function to execute. So let's call this function, and now you can see the value. We are inside a function 10. We have declared this a variable inside a function. Now let's try something. Let's take this print function and let's say we are outside a function and let's print a over here. Now you will see an error over here. It's saying that there is nothing defined as a. Why? Because this is a local variable. We cannot access this a value behind after this not outside the function. So what can we do? We can make a global variable of this. Let's say global global a, and say let's say it's 10. Now if we are printing this value, let's print it inside and outside. Now you can see we can access this global variable anywhere, inside a function and outside a function. So if we want to use a local variable just inside a function, we use local variables, and we want to use a variable which we want to use in any functions or outside the function, we use global variable over here. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. For any queries, you can contact us, and the links are provided below the video. Thank you.